Hey, you guys. So this message is going to be for Leo women who was in the Chicago area in the 70s. What up, nigga? And we can't even say what up, nigga, in a negative sense. So we made it a cool name back in the day. We said, what up, nigga? And they said, what up, nigga? And I said, nigga, who the fuck are you channeling? And I said, this bitch ain't channeling nobody right now. And that bitch is really looking at y'all and saying, who the fuck do y'all think y'all are to be sitting up here trying to scrub shit over here and scrub shit over there? And I said, that's that bitch. I said, she always trying to make everything so amazing. Stop cleaning, bitch. Stop doing this, bitch. See? There was cameras in the air and the space even years ago. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't even know what to say, but shit. There could be a mirror over there. And I said, yeah, I think there is. And we don't even know what to say, but you was sitting over there before. And what kind of mirror would be right there that you can't see? And I said, yeah, we trying to scrub something out that shouldn't have never existed before. And I said, this bitch ain't even overstanding who the fuck we are, but shit, I ain't that nigga. And I ain't that bitch. But you know what? You shouldn't even be around the area and the space where you at. And you need to hurry up and get the fuck out. But even these niggas know that shit. You done took care of shit even further. And whatever the fuck that is, shit, it'll come out. And they act like it won't. I said, this bitch don't even want this shit no more. And y'all want to keep on, okay, trying to drink this and drink that just like her, just to get yourself together. But you got to get yourself together for you. See? And that's what you doing. But you only want to be a mirror to somebody. And you like, yeah, you in my area, in my space. And that's what I got to tell you today. See? Your mama created a mirror, so if you sit there, you will see her. And that's how she looks right now. And she don't even know why she looking like this. And she like, yeah, I don't know if they fucked me up or not, but shit, Fifi, can you give me this? Can you give me that? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And I said, Fifi, can you do me a service, Fifi? And I said, even, okay, your children is realizing that shit. Grandma need healing right now. And she like, yeah. And she gonna sit right here until Fifi start to heal her and get her some love. Cause you know what? She really didn't pass away. But you want to create a mirror and say, you know what? There's a lot of cameras in this mirror. And I could see a lot of things, but you was protecting yourself too much. And you're making people feel this way, and you ain't even paying attention to how much harm you doing, Fifi. And Fifi said, what harm am I doing? And I said, shit, you ain't did nothing wrong, and I don't know why I'm sitting here trying to fuck your ass up, but I gotta treat you how I should have treated you, even when you was a little baby. And I should have been here for you, and I should have took care of you, and you didn't just slid out of my body. I was in labor for a long ass time with you, and I ain't even know that they really was trying to what? Keep me in labor. And that's what they did with these young ladies back in the day. They like, this bitch and never ever want to have another baby again. But they literally was trying to give her what? Crack on the low. They was like, yeah, smoke this. But why would you give somebody crack on the low if you didn't want everybody to become a crackhead? But back in the day, they said crack was like medicine. And then they realized that shit, crack make people do certain things. And they say, you know what? You ain't even get a major hit of the crack. But when you came out, you really was talking. They wouldn't tell you that you was really talking. You was like, what the fuck am I here for? And why the fuck am I here? And why the fuck are y'all over there? And you know what? You get on my motherfucking nerves. And I said, They didn't realize that you wasn't talking, boo. It was all of the doctors that was on crack years ago. They used to smoke crack like crazy. And they didn't even know that it was very toxic back in the day. But shit, yeah, they all was on drugs. And everybody said, shit, I can't stop smoking this stuff. If I stop smoking this stuff, then what the fuck gonna happen? They would start throwing up. They would go into convulsions. They would do all kind of shit. So your mama never ever shook the crack rock, bitch. And that's what you need to know here too. So if y'all was in an area and a space around y'all mama years ago, y'all was fucked up. I don't give a fuck if she kicked y'all ass out or not. But sometimes, you know what? Even in the dead of the hot of the summer shit, she'd be like, get the fuck out. And that's what she did. She ain't exposed y'all to all the toxicity. And that's what a lot of people did back in the day. Sometimes y'all would be gone for months. And then they'd be like, we on our way to come get them. And if y'all add that shit up, sometimes they'll forget to come get y'all ass. And sometimes grandma didn't have a cell phone. She ain't have the phone to be cut off. But we'll never ever give her phone number to somebody else. Because what if a family member or something was trying to get a hold of her? And that's how they valued phone numbers back in the day. See? And my grandma number did start with an 829. And they like, shit, don't we know it? Because she still got that number. And they said, we can't get that number to nobody else. And I said, if this number rings, we'll be like, shit, this is McGee. And God said, ain't that the truth? It says, a evil couple is working together to make you feel uncomfortable in life. And God said, don't you know it? I said, bitch, you have picked up on so many energies and so many lessons and so many things that people don't want you to know what you need to know. And even in the essence of the Pope, why would the Pope come and wave hi to you per se? But was the Pope waving hi to you? Or were you waving hi to the Pope? And the Pope said, shit, she was always in the window. I said, that's that baby girl. She was in the window. See? And you was always in the window waiting for what? Your father. I said, she been like a doggy in the window for years. And you wasn't caged in, but shit. Even the Henry Horner projects couldn't hold your ass no more. And you didn't even want to be going to where you went. And when you went to where you went, it said, shit, I don't want to be here either. And God said, that's what you need to know. A lot of these people know your resume. They know your background. They know you in this motherfucking organization of the state of which you are in. And they knew that shit. Once you came back, that was a good thing. And your daddy didn't want you to be there. He didn't want you to be starting to make a life where he was, because he didn't want nobody to make a life where he was. He wanted to only be he and not nothing else. And he like, yeah, now I can be nobody. But God says, shit, family is everywhere. So this nigga couldn't even be who he really wanted to be, even if he went over east, west, south, north, wherever the fuck he was trying to do it. And God said, ain't that the truth? So there's a multitude of people that need to tell you that shit. These niggas ain't dead. These niggas are still alive. And they working and collaborating and say, you know what? Why you ain't dead yet? I've been making sure you get the most fucked up ass food, the most fucked up ass water. Can everybody put cyanide in it? Just put a little glue on top of it. And it'll click again. I said, yeah. I think they really can't even get these open. I said, can't nobody get them damn things open. And I said, shit. But they taste nasty than a motherfucker. But they ain't get you the original. So God said, let's get the original this time. And God said, we gonna need that too. I said, damn. But ain't it time for, God said it's time when I tell you time. And God said, leave now. And then you'll know what leave now mean. And I said, shit. I think she already left. She already on the road and shit. And said, you know what? Fuck y'all. Catch me when you can. And God said, that's what you don't even know yet. I said, you telling so many people so many things and they really is saying shit. That bitch just left and saying, yeah, I know, mama. I'm out here. But I ain't finna be out here no more. And I said, yeah. Mom said, leave now. And that's what they did. It says, needed a life change. So God says, shit. There's so many areas and so many spaces that even Bree and Terrell says, you know what? Fifi, you would have came over here and everybody would have been like, damn, we didn't even know you had a cousin that was so fucking amazing. Come through, bitch. And you would have came through and you would have been like, what the fuck? Nigga. Because they was staying in major crack houses. And they didn't even know how to shake whatever feelings that they was shaking. But they said, shit, get us the one that get the black and the white tea and everything so we can be so much better. I said, Fifi is hood. And everybody like, don't we know it? I said, everybody want to say Fifi this, Fifi that, Fifi hood. She said, all I need is one mic. I said, shit, that's us, boo. And even Terrell says, shit, Fifi, don't post me no more. They forgot that I know you. Don't post me, boo. I know you trying to post everybody so everybody know you family. I said, yeah, because y'all been acting like y'all don't know the bitch. I said, all these niggas want to work these accounts. I said, nigga, that's you. You can't work this account. Nigga, that's you. You can't work this account. Even Gavin said, shit, nigga, that's me. I can't work this account. I said, she ain't got no motherfucking pictures of me, but shit. I was a good supervisor to that bitch until God told her my resume. And I was always saying I got my nigga running bitches for me. And God said, ain't that the truth? It says nervous about the truth for you. So a lot of motherfuckers don't even know what to say, but shit, you really looking for some answers today, ain't you? I say everybody don't even know what the fuck you doing, but you waking up looking for answers. And that's what the fuck you doing, boo. God say you looking for so many answers that it's kind of catastrophic to your body mind here too. And you like, I gotta get some more of them. What the fuck I'm gonna do? And God says, shit. Maybe you need to never ever stop, but you're gonna have to stop for something, boo. And even I Am Legend says, shit, get some of these. And they'd be like, damn, what the fuck are we doing? And I say, you know what? Maybe we gonna need them too. And I say, yeah, why not? That makes sense. But who the fuck want to smell that? And God said, yeah, let's not get them, boo. Because that bitch said, you know what? I don't even want to smell this shit no more. And God said, ain't that the truth? Nevada is here. So there's something about the essence of Nevada is saying, shit, what are you trying to conjure up, boo? Stop this. We not doing everything we used to do, but y'all used to do some fuckery, fucked up shit to the United States citizens when they came through. And you act like what? We don't know? I said, yeah, y'all gonna have to prove y'all case even further, boo. It says cash at me. So there's a multitude of people that want bitches to cash at them because I don't know you. And I don't know if this is you and all this other stuff. So cash at me. And God said, y'all know who the fuck this is and where the fuck they not gonna go. And God said, ain't that the truth? Buy you some car insurance. So you already got this and everything, and they know that too. And everybody want to act like what? That's not good enough? Shit. I say, don't y'all fuck with that. Because they'll be pissed. Because they already know who the fuck this is. And they said, shit, hey, boo, I'm watching. And if them niggas fuck you up, I'll fuck their ass up in the worst way, bitch. And I said, shit, I apply grace, fuck pressure. And I'm out here, baby. So let's get to where the fuck we need to go. And I'm going to be right here with your ass. And I'm going to be like, yeah. Because I'm in love. And God said, and he is. And he like, stop fucking playing with my bitch like this. And God said, don't you know it? It says, get your body moving. So we gonna exercise and we gonna get this shit moving again and everything. And that nigga said, yeah, that was good for me. And I always want to make everything complicated, but we need to stop making things complicated, boo. And God said, ain't that the truth? The Empress is here. So this bitch, okay, really is knocked the fuck up. And she like, you know what? I don't know what to tell you, but you know what? I'm knocked the fuck up today. Damn. So what the fuck you gonna do when you gotta sit up here and travel lightly with me? So even Isadora said, I'm knocked the fuck up, Grandma. I'm pregnant now. So Isadora is pregnant, and she says, shit, don't slam, okay, everything the way you want to slam it, okay? And keep that stick right there for now on, because I got to make sure my babies is safe even further. So now Isadora is literally not trying to eat on nothing, but she had to keep on eating just to get her babies right. So Isadora is in the crack of the motherfucking okay sliding door, and she got babies coming. And she like, Grandma, we can't even go with you. Damn. But Isadora is gonna make sure these babies go with Grandma. And she like, yep. And that's what she about to do. She like, I'm already okay finna make sure I get these babies to where they need to go. Grandma bring the bag over here. But where would Isadora put the babies? She don't even know. But she'll figure out how to get the babies to where they need to go here, boo. And God said, that's what Isadora want. Okay? Yeah, the devil is here. So there's a lot of people that say, shit, I gotta help Isadora. And I don't think you need to bring the bag over here. I'll let them go ahead and catch a ride on one of my items I got. And whoever the fuck is this evil ass couple, they being blocked for real. And they can't even come towards you at all. And they already know that they can't come towards you at all. And they like, yeah, I don't think we'll ever be able to see each other ever again. And I ain't even know that you was not that far away and shit, but these niggas is about to be towed with their bodies in it. And God said, yeah, they did. And that's what you don't even know yet. Someone here really passed away in 2.2 seconds. And even this bitch is trying to figure out who that could be. But they did. And God said, that's what you don't even know yet. These Negroes didn't even survive even the Holocaust years ago. And they literally was what? Man and wife playing like they was two men. But if you pay attention, they could really manipulate a lot of things to look like this and look like that. But God says, shit, that's a nigga and that's a bitch. But y'all never paid attention to it. And I said, yeah, if this bitch is watching this, they are an angel. And they wanted to really create something to identify the people that really was overstanding what the fuck was going on Highway to Heaven even years ago. See? Because they already knew that this shit was true. But then y'all acted like it wasn't. But I said, why would they constantly use the same people over and over again? But they didn't want to really start what? Bumping into true angels. So they literally had to keep all of these demonic entities around them in order to make them feel like that they were serving the devil. But God said even the devil knows that shit. Y'all can't block what God has already created. And the devil is not even here to sit up here and be torturing people 24/7, 7 days a week. And what the devil is, what? For people who've been doing the most fucked up ass, fucked up shit and take their ass elsewhere. And yeah, I'll torture your ass. And that's what the fucking devil will do to everybody, boo. And God said, now y'all know. Yeah, a church lady that's good. So y'all can't fuck with good people. And y'all been fucking with good people and y'all think the devil ain't mad? Shit. God says shit. Even the devil said, I handle the handiwork. The devil call it the handiwork. And God said, don't we know it? It said God wants you to just be free to fuck up now. So you finna fuck it up, fuck it up. And we don't even know how you gonna fuck it up, but that's what you gonna fucking do, because these Negroes literally ain't trying to give you this and ain't trying to give you that and ain't trying to give you all this other stuff, but they already know that they can't block this. And they already know that you was prepared to do this and prepared to do that. And they really need to stay the fuck up out of your business, boo. And even the devil is saying, shit, I got them. And that's their truth. Yeah, a year is here. 365 a year. It says your children are in regrets about how they worked against you. And they like, yeah, because that shit should have never ever happened. But they like, yeah, we can't even do shit about this. So let's go ahead and act like, you know what, we don't know what the fuck is going on and move the fuck forward here too. There's so many people that really don't even want to tell y'all that shit. They are not who they say they are, but they should have been who they say they are even years ago. But unfortunately, this Negro is going to have to what? Cash app you. And they like, yeah, don't we know it? Yeah, it says he/she knew nothing because they stayed high as hell. It says wasn't paying attention at all. So now somebody is looking at something and saying, wait a minute, what the fuck has been going on? And why the fuck I ain't over there? And what the fuck this is and what the fuck that is and where the fuck am I? And they really gonna get their ass in the motherfucking area in space and say, yeah, let's go now. Because this shit don't make sense. And God said, don't we know it? It says people on the United States lands need to be fair and just to the United States citizens, just as they would, okay, to their own people. So there's a lot of people that don't even understand why this bitch would be saying that, because you know what? We got children that's United States citizens, but that don't make a difference. And you know that too. See? A lot of y'all people from foreign countries that's on United States soil, even if you have a baby, you still don't look at that baby as something that is what? Precious. So you don't mind telling your United States citizen child about the past and all this other stuff, because you really wanted that nigga to be what? Depressed. You wanted him to be sad. You wanted him to fuck up his world. How you doing? See? And you was on one of those unsolved mysteries and everything, and you like, yeah, I told that nigga that and I was so happy. But now your ass feel like what? You would never be able to find that nigga ever again. And he really found his real family. And he said, yeah, I'll never talk to you ever again. And you thought that he was going to be what? All depressed and sad and everything. That nigga was super happy now. And you like, shit, don't I know it? And that's his truth. Yeah, financial crimes is here. So you don't want to tell people that shit. I think you was committing financial crimes and we got to come and communicate with you about nothing. So you ain't got what you need, unfortunately. How you doing? And you really looking like, damn, I don't even know how all this happened, mama. But they got me locked up and I, okay, won't be out for about a year. And you don't want to let people know that you was getting millions, because that'll really tell your motherfucking MO. And God says, shit, Let's speed this shit up. And you like, yeah, because now I'm out, mama. And I don't know what the fuck that was, but I ain't finna go back there ever again. And they really set up here and acted like you was this person and acted like you was that person and everything. But God said, don't you ever leave your family behind like that, knowing damn well that you really just got a bag of some shit, hopped on the motherfucking elevator and said, shit, someone left this and said it was for your mama. And instead of you taking it to your mama, you took it to the motherfucking check cashing place. And they said, nigga, why would we cash this when it's not even for you? See, you were supposed to get that to your mother. And I said, this bitch didn't get shit, y'all. And they said, yeah, unfortunately. And you really been playing around with your mama's name, your cousin's name, your auntie's name, and everybody else's name and acting like what? You ain't that nigga? I said, nigga, you can't fuck it up no more. And you like, shit, don't I know it? Yeah, new money is coming. So new money is coming, okay? Y'all Leo women, okay? Born, okay? In Chicago. Y'all bitches, new money coming. It says commit to you now, baby. So someone here is about to be committed to you and only to you and all this other stuff. And he like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it says forgot about you on purpose. And they knew it. A lot of these niggas is like, you know what? Your ass gonna be not even forgiven of any of this. And you're gonna really be looking like, So that's what the fuck has been going on, and y'all think this shit is cute? And you think I'm impressed by what? Nothing. And God said, ain't that the truth? It says, take what you really need and leave the rest. Start preparing. Tell me more. Yeah, it says gang stalking is here. And it says, I am lost for words today. So a lot of people is not even knowing what to do, but shit, you got plans, and whatever the fuck you gonna do, these niggas literally tried to fuck your ass up as soon as you decided to no longer be fucked up with them and the organization and everything. See? It's not even the KKK. It's these motherfuckers that's the CG that came out of nowhere, and they like, shit, how the fuck do you know about us? And God says, shit, you don't even know what the CG is. And they like, shit, that's what they need to tell you, boo. And God said, you going to overstand your status quo pretty soon. And what's in the mind? It says your person is a child of an asshole. And the overall energy, it says there will be an unexpected meeting in your life. Embrace it. And the Ten of Swords is ending. And God say, you know what? They can't believe that you set up here and followed through with this and followed through with that, but then you didn't call and say nothing. But shit, they was supposed to do their job, and they know that too. See, y'all didn't do y'all job, niggas. I know.